Hello, and welcome to one of the sessions on the Accelerate Your Business Performance experience. My name is Carol Stewart, and I'm going to be sharing with you the thing that has enabled my business to catapult. It has enabled me to go global with my business. I have gained clients as a result of this. I have gained paid speaking engagements. I have had my work featured in various publications and on sites such as CNBC in the US and the Muse as well, which is a careers platform in the US. So I hope you are listening and you have pen and paper so that you can take notes. And I hope, most importantly, that you take action, not just as a result of what I'm going to share with you, but as a result of what all the other speakers have shared with you as well. So what I'm going to be sharing with you is about the power of LinkedIn, and in particular, winning with writing on LinkedIn. As I mentioned, LinkedIn has been fantastic for my business, and writing and publishing articles on LinkedIn has been one of the main things that has enabled me to see the growth that I have had in my business and in my audience as well. So why use LinkedIn? If you're not on the platform, if you're not using it, here are some reasons why you should. So LinkedIn has over 575 million users worldwide, and in the UK, there's over 25 million users. If you are a leader, senior leader, and you're looking for another role, then of the 13+ million jobs that are advertised worldwide on LinkedIn, over 1.5 million of them are at a mid-level leadership to executive roles. If you're looking to generate leads, LinkedIn is being said to be 277% more effective than Twitter or Facebook. 40% of LinkedIn users check the platform daily. If your audience consists of people who are professionals, then more than likely they are going to be on LinkedIn. And also, 35.5 million people were hired by someone that they connected with on LinkedIn. So if you're not on the platform, if you're not using LinkedIn, why not? And when you publish articles on LinkedIn, it enables you to establish your credibility and demonstrate your thought leadership. So to give you a little bit of background about me and why I feel that I am able to speak on this topic. So my name is Carol Stewart, and I'm an executive career and business coach, a trainer, speaker, and facilitator. I'm known as the coach for high achieving introverted women, and I help quiet women to be great leaders. I'm the author of Quietly Visible, Leading with Influence and Impact as an Introverted Woman, which was listed as one of the 10 best self-development books written by women to read during lockdown. I'm a 3 times LinkedIn Top Voice UK, so 2017, 2018 and 2019, out of over 25 million UK users, I was one of a few people who were selected as a top voice. And I have got other awards and recognition for the work that I do. And by publishing articles on LinkedIn, it enables you to position yourself as the go-to person in your industry or field. And this is the case whether you are a business owner or whether you are a senior leader in a corporate environment. And as I do a quarterly LinkedIn course, and I have a mixture of people on it who are business owners as well as leaders in the corporate environment who want to raise their visibility and profile on the platform. So wherever you are, whether you are business owner, leader in corporate, publishing articles is a great way to position yourself as a go-to person in your industry or field. But you may be thinking to yourself that blogging is dead, and with an increase in video content and the rise of YouTube and live videos, you may well think that writing articles, writing blogs is dead. And we're hearing constantly that video is the way to go. Video is the in thing. But here's some reasons that may make you think otherwise. So 77% of internet users read blogs. 60% of people are inspired to seek out a product after reading content about it. And LinkedIn has been said to be the most effective social media platform for delivering content and securing audience engagement. So are you still thinking that blogging is dead? And as I mentioned, I have grown my business as a result of writing articles on LinkedIn. And this is an example. So I've been writing articles on LinkedIn, publishing articles since 2014. And I have grown my audience and grown my business as a result, as well as getting the LinkedIn Top Voice UK recognition. Towards the end of last year, LinkedIn invited me to start a regular newsletter on the platform. And so I set up a newsletter, called it Quietly Visible, and it's aimed at introverted women who are leaders. And I publish it weekly. And I started this on the 14th of November 2019. That's when I published my first newsletter. And I now have 37,156 subscribers. And that has been in the space of just 9 months. It has grown to that. And it's by being consistent with my writing articles, publishing articles, that has enabled me to achieve this. So I'm going to share with you types of content that you can write, and I want you to start thinking about what sort of content can you write about when you're publishing your articles. So the first one I'm sharing with you is news headlines. People like to read things that are topical, and if you can write about something that is topical, that is in the news, and tie it in with your area of expertise, that will enable you to not only demonstrate your thought leadership on your area of expertise, but people are wanting to read about topical events, things that are current. And this is an example of an article that I did. This was a situation where the BBC correspondent for South Korea, this was before the days of remote working and working from home as a result of the virus. And he was working from home and doing a video via Skype. And in the middle of the broadcast, his 2 young children rushed into the room, and then he saw a woman run in and quickly grab them out. And I titled this article, "Be honest, did you think the woman in the Professor Robert Kelly interview was the nanny?" And this was based on one of the areas of my work, which is around diversity and inclusion, because there was a lot of bias regarding this situation, because a lot of people assumed that the woman who ran in and grabbed the children out was the nanny. And the reason why they assumed this was because of her racial ethnicity. And this provoked a lot of discussion. You can see the amount of views that it had. And I got a lot of inquiries as a result of it. The next style of content I'm sharing is writing opinion pieces. So expressing your opinion on matters that are relevant to your industry, and letting your voice be heard through your writing. So this one is called "I am tired of diversity events that lack diversity." And I wrote this article last year after attending a diversity conference in London, which was about mental health. And given the makeup of the population of London in terms of ethnic minorities, and given the overrepresentation of ethnic Black and Asian minorities in the mental health system, there was a lack of Black and Asian speakers. And this was very, very obvious, and not only with the speakers, but in the audience as well. And it wasn't just me that noticed it, other people noticed it as well. People who are white noticed it as well. So I wrote this article, I am tired of diversity events that lack diversity. And it got a lot of engagement, and it got a lot of inquiries, and it resulted in me getting work as well. The next type of content that I'm sharing with you is giving advice and tips in your articles. So think about the problems that your audience has and write articles that show them how they can solve their problems, that show your expertise on the topic, that show that you are knowledgeable about the topic, and so that they know that you are the person that they can go to find the solutions for their problems. So whether it is that you have a business, or whether you are a leader that is looking to change career, or to just be more effective in your role, by giving advice and tips on issues and challenges that your audience face, and letting them know how they can solve their problems, helps to position you as a person of authority in your field. The fourth type of content that I'm sharing is what's known as a listicle. And a listicle is where you see these articles and blogs where it might be 5 tips or 5 strategies or 7 steps to take. And these are quite popular amongst readers because they're easy to read, and they highlight issues and what people can do about them. And it's also good when you're writing, because if you're strapped for time, listicles make a great way of just getting your thoughts down in a logical format, and they get people's attention, and they're quick to write, and easy and quick to read. But I would say don't make all your content a listicle, because then it gets a bit bland and it gets a bit sameish. So mixing up the various types of content will enable your writing to be relevant and to be appealing. And the fifth type is personal stories. So people like to hear stories, and they like to hear about people's experience and how they've overcome various challenges, or how they've got to where they have got. And by sharing your personal stories, you don't have to share anything too personal, but it's a way of you being able to emotionally connect with your audience. And people buy from people they know, like, and trust. And by sharing a bit of you, it enables people to feel as if they know you, and that as a result of that, they're more likely to buy into you. So this was an example as a result of what happened this year in terms of the Black Lives Matter movement, and where racism was being brought to the forefront. I wrote about my experience as a Black introverted woman, and again got lots of engagement and inquiries into my services. So I want you to share a post on Instagram story and to tag us in it, and it could be something that I've shared already, and it could be this quote: writing on LinkedIn enables you to showcase your credibility and demonstrate your thought leadership. So go on, share it on Instagram in your stories and tag us in it. And our handles are there on the screen. So further action, when you are thinking about your articles and you're writing your articles, use catchy headlines. Make use of images and videos. So when you're publishing your article, include an image with it at the top of the article, because then that will, when you share the article, the image will be what people see. And make it something that relates to the content of what you're writing about. And also you can embed videos into your article and images as well. So embedding images and videos into your article, again, that then appeals to a wider variety of people. And the good thing about writing articles is that you can share them on social media platforms, other social media platforms, and you can also repurpose content. So out of one blog article, you can get a variety of content. There will be quotes that you can take from your article and share quotes. You can do short video clips based on the content of what you've written. So there's a variety of ways in which you can purpose one blog article. Or you may already have videos that you have done. So what you could do is just transcribe those videos and turn them into blogs. So in order to ace your writing on LinkedIn, use your authentic voice. And it can be tempting to see how other people write and want to write like them, but that can sometimes come across as inauthentic. And I remember in my early days of writing, and someone had given me some feedback on one of my articles, or I'd asked them to sort of review one of them. And the feedback that they gave, oh, I needed to change this word to this, or change this and that. And when I looked at what they were suggesting to me, they were suggesting that I change it and use words which were not in my vocabulary. That's not how I spoke. And I want my writing to come across as me speaking to my audience. And so I wasn't going to I didn't take on board what they suggested about using words which were very, I would term extroverted, because that is not me, and people who know me will know that that is not me. And I'm so glad that I didn't go with that piece of advice, and I just stuck to using my authentic voice, because it has been my authentic voice that has got me the attention that I get from my writing. And when you're writing, demonstrate your credibility in your area of work and your thought leadership. And when you're writing your articles, include a call to action. What is the next step that you want people to take with you? And include that. It could be just that you want them to like and leave a comment, or it could be that you want them to share your article on social media. It could be that you want them to download something from your website. It could be that you want them to either send you an email or to message you. So think about what the call to action is on your articles, and what is the next step that you want people to take with you. And also encourage engagement with your audience. One of the things that I do on my articles is I will ask questions and ask people to comment and to give me their perspective and to share their point of view. And then you can then continue the conversations offline. You can connect with people that comment on your article, and you can connect with people offline and take those conversations further, nurture and develop those relationships. And again, if I take you back to the call to action, if you have a business and you have a product or a service, then having people go to your website is something that I would recommend. So one of the things that I do as a call to action is I have a link to a free download that people can download from my website. So for the further action that I want you to take as a result of this session, I want you to make a list of the topics you want to write about for each of the 5 different types of articles that I've shared with you. And then I want you to come up with headlines for each of them. Catchy headlines, headlines that are going to speak to your audience. And then I want you to get writing and publish them on LinkedIn. And share the link of the first one that you do in the comments of this video. And I will regularly come and check, and where you've left a comment with the link to your article on LinkedIn, I will go and have a look and I will read it. So that is it. So remember the 5 types of content were news headlines, an opinion piece where you express your opinion on a matter, offering advice and tips, a listicle, and sharing personal stories. So thank you. And before I leave, I just want to share with you 3 audio training that you can download from my website. It's about self-promoting online. Many introverted women don't like self-promotion. Many people don't like self-promotion. And so you can download a copy of my 3 audio training, Be Bold, Be Seen, Stand Out Online. If you go to my website, aboundingsolutions.com. So thank you, and do connect with me on LinkedIn, Carol Stewart. My Facebook page is Abounding Solutions, and on Twitter @Abound Solutions. And I'll leave you with this thought. You don't need to be loud to stand out as a leader, but you do need to have presence. Thank you and goodbye.